so all these sports movies, and then Invincible came around, and Invincible was with Mark Wahlberg, and so I was just doing my thing, covering the team, and that's when Mark came in, and day one, and he was shooting Departed at the time, and he looked jacked. He went out there, and then he was trying to do some stretches, couldn't really reach his ankles, in the quads. Of course, ends up pulling his groin a little bit. I'm like, all right, let me work on you. We didn't do anything crazy, thankfully. We were just showing him the plays. He doesn't really need to be camera ready for that stuff for another 2 weeks. So I go and I'm going to go help him rehab his groin and get him prepped for the field a little bit more. So I go with him to the set of The Departed, and I meet the rest of the entourage. And that's where I start developing that relationship, was when I was out there getting him prepped for the Invincible role when he was doing stuff for The Departed. And then, yeah, it just so happened that we shot the movie. The guy came in with two huge trailers. He's like, why do I keep pulling these muscles? I'm like, dude, you travel with two huge semi truck trailers full of just selectorized like body piece. You have an adductor abductor machine. You have like all these, a calf raised. Like, I was like, man, it's just we're doing parts, but you're not playing the music, and I think I need to help you play the music. So he started to see how we were training the guys on the field and how the dynamic warm-ups were, and kind of just open him up into that world of what we were really just calling functional training. But yeah, it was a side of like, hey man, we got to get back to being able to do this stuff. This is what we were doing now. This is, you got to work on your balance. We got to, yeah, look at this. And he didn't want to be without it once the movie ended. So he offered me a job, and I took it. And we ended up spending over a decade traveling together. And then another 3 years afterwards, where I opened up my gym, and then still traveled with him, when on movies that he needed.